Welcome to the Diary of Dating Over 50 with Tanya R. Lewis, the hottest dating show on social media, hosted by the sassiest model of them all, Tanya R. Lewis. Are you 50 and single, dating or waiting to mingle? Be a guest on the Diary of Dating Over 50 with your host, Tanya R. Lewis.
Welcome to another episode of the Diary of Dating Over 50 with your host, Tanya R. Lewis. Today, we have a special guest with his beautiful wife. We have Mr. Preach and Alicia. And I'm going to give them the opportunity because y'all know how I do it. I let them introduce themselves. All right, Preach.
Well, I'll let the ladies go first.
Okay.
Well, my name is Alicia Carter, and I am the owner and CEO of Does Fancy Hair, and I'm a hair vendor, and I have a beard line.
Yes.
All right, well, all of y'all probably already know me since I'm kind of one name famous, you know the one and only Preach, baby. But I've been in the comedy game, in the acting game. I'm now making films now, originally from Memphis, Tennessee, man, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, Memphis came out.
Yeah. But been in Atlanta, going on about 10 years right now.
Okay.
You know, and just really got a lot of good things going on. Just started a new talk show called Behind the Mic.
Okay.
And we really dig into the people that are in the industry, comedians, other performers and things like that, to kind of really get behind the mic and see what's going on.
Okay. Put a pin in that because we're going to talk about that later. Okay. So first, can you share your journey into the comedy industry? How did you get started with that?
So I actually got started in the comedy industry kind of on a dare, which a lot of people did, you know. We went to support a friend that was throwing a comedy show. A couple of comedians didn't show up. She got on stage. She said, would anybody like to show their talent? I looked at her. I said, I'm about to go on stage. She was like, you about to do what? I said, yeah, I'm going to go on stage. So I had a couple of funny stories about my grandfather and, you know, kind of little old school player talk. And so I went up there, did like 5 minutes, got a few laughs. And the people, they was like, you were really funny. Can you come back to the next show?
Oh, wow.
So I came back to I came back to the next show. So the next show I decided, okay, I'm gonna invite my supporters, my people. So I brought about 50 people out. So about 50 people came out to support me. Now I know half of them just came out to see was I gonna bum, and they told me afterwards, you know. They said, we were really hoping you was funny because, you know, we didn't want to come out and boo you, but you know, if it happened, it happened, you know. It's like you see.
That's true.
But yeah, so they came out, and after that, I realized, man, I can probably throw my own comedy shows. And so I called myself going to throw a comedy show with the person that, you know, ended up, you know, kind of getting me started or whatever. But it just really got too big, and I had to end up going to a bigger place. And currently, right now, I throw all my shows exclusively at Azura Hookah Lounge in Conyers, Georgia. I'm on the 8th show right now. I've only been in comedy for a year.
Oh, wow.
Okay. But I put together a group called the Comedy Dream Team. And that's basically a group of, you know, comics that I met, both male and female, at different open mics. And I noticed on the open mics, you might get time, you might not get time.
Okay.
So my philosophy has always been, I'm not going to keep asking for a seat at your table. I'm just going to make my own table. And that's kind of what I did. So that's my comedy journey.
Okay. So we're gonna backtrack a little bit, okay? Because y'all know this is the Diary of Dating. Okay. So we're gonna go and we're gonna find out how Preach and Alicia met each other.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, God. Y'all thought y'all weren't gonna talk about dating on my show?
Let's just say we're glad we're not dating anymore. After 50. Okay.
Yeah.
So the funny thing was we met through somebody else, which was her play auntie. We met at a place.
You better get this story right, y'all.
Well, you know she gonna have a different version, right? Okay. So we met kind of like a little hole in the wall place or whatever, but it's grown folks there. And so I had went there maybe about a year before, and there was some other older ladies there. They saw I could step, like Chicago step.
Oh yeah,
step
you can step.
Yeah. So they ended up dancing with me. They traded me around, passed me around. I was tired as I don't know what, right?
The old ladies passed you
Yeah.
around.
So about a year later, I was, I came in there and I was like, it was crazy because I was like, I really didn't want to go. I was literally sitting in the car like, why did I come in? I ain't felt like going there. So I went in there. As soon as I come in, I hear somebody holler, preach. Now, I know I'm not in Memphis anymore. Okay, Memphis, I was on the radio, kind of like,
So
little
locally
celebrity,
say, yeah.
So, but I'm here in Atlanta. I'm like, oh no, don't nobody know preach like that. It was her auntie. She was one of the women there that night. Now, this is a year later.
Wow.
A year later.
So
So,
she
I'll
was-
take it from here.
You want to take it from
Yeah,
there?
because you may not tell the truth. So let me take it
from
here.
here. Okay.
Okay, so what had happened was after he comes in and my aunt calls his name, prior to him coming in, she already called me over to her and said, I would like you to meet someone because I was single. And she goes, I want you to meet someone. I'm like, Auntie, I don't need any help getting a man. I'm okay in that department. Right?
Auntie was
Yes.
100%
No,
in.
he's so nice. So when he heard his name, I was already standing there. So she calls him over. And once he comes over, now mind you, people, he normally have shades on, dark shades.
Yeah.
And he had these dark shades on. And when he approached me, she said, oh, I want you to meet my niece. This is Alicia. This is Preach. I looked at him. I said, I don't talk to men with shades on. Can you take your shades off? Because I need to look into your soul. And what was your response?
She gonna shoot me with that.
And what was your response?
So I just sat back, with my little Billy D. Williams, Lady in the Blues vibe. And I took the shades off and I just said, are you sure you're ready for these eyes?
Oh, he did. That's a true story. That is a true story. Now, from that point right there, he
That
said,
kind of made you laugh.
it made me laugh.
He was scary. Break
Right,
me
it
down now.
made me laugh. But then he told me, he said, I can't talk. He looked at me, he said, I can't talk to you. You're a heartbreaker.
Ooh.
So from that point right there, I walked away. Now, mind you, he's watching me the whole night.
The whole night.
I
So you
felt
said he
him.
checked
I
it-
felt
you said
him
he
on my
checked it
shoulder.
out.
Yeah, I felt that
I
whole
love Auntie Terry
piercing
like
in
this.
my back.
Well, first of all, you gotta see this is the thing a lot of men don't understand. If you happen to meet somebody out, there's nothing wrong with meeting somebody in the club. But you need to see how they move.
So
you
that's
gotta-
what you was doing.
Yeah, I had to see how she moved. I got to make sure, she ain't hugging everybody, she ain't twerking on the bouncers. I gotta check all that out.
Okay. So you was collecting data.
Yeah, so that's kind of what I was doing,
Okay.
the rest of the time, kind of see how she moved.
And what type of data did you collect?
Well, I was just like, okay, she a lady, she conduct herself, with class and everything. I saw you. And she was talking to a few people that I had actually got cool with, by me going there. I'm like, okay, she kind of know the same people. Like, that's her little clique.
He over here.
And, so I'm like, okay, all these little pieces kind of lining up.
Mhm.
I had met her mama a year before her. Her auntie didn't call me over. Her friends is kind of people I done got cool
You
with.
got a shoe in.
So I'm like, okay,
You got one toe,
Not
in,
a-
not a whole shoe yet.
I'm just saying, after that third cognac, I was ready to forget her phone number.
Yeah.
So how did you get her number?
So I was, getting ready to pay my tab, and she was standing up there, at the bar crying a hating girlfriend, you know how to
A hating girlfriend?
You know how to hate girlfriends, do,
Because they liked you first.
So you go up there, I'm just like trying to pay my tab, and she over there looking like I'm in their way. So I was like, she said, she just trying to pay his tab. So I paid my tab, Of course, I pulled out the, the wad.
Okay.
It was
It wasn't a Mexican road.
no, I might.
Probably did.
It had 100 on the outside.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Now, look, I might have a 450 credit score,
Okay.
but I always had some cash. I'm just telling you. I had the dope boy credit score. Yeah, I always had a dope boy credit score.
Okay.
And I got the cash, you got the credit.
Okay. And we can make something happen.
Yeah, we can do something. So, long story short, we exchanged numbers.
Yeah.
I asked her out on Friday. I went to pick her up. So when I went to pick her up, I was kind of shocked because like these women nowadays were like, meet me somewhere. So I was like, you want me to pick you up? So now when she said I could pick her up, I'm like, okay. She must don't have a dude at the house so that she's available. Okay. So that gave me that. So a lot of times I would say the women be scary and they be like, well, no,
Right. Today's world is kind of
or this and that, but I guess I was kind of safe because I kind of
because you knew the mother, you met the auntie,
right? And so I felt like, on my defense, I felt like if you're a gentleman, come pick me up.
Yep. And that's how
I'm
it was.
Not meeting you.
Back in the day, you had to come.
I'm still kind of like old school feel, so I wanted to see what his thoughts was on picking me up for a date, knocking on my door.
Okay.
And that's what he did.
So I came over there, of course, dressed in press.
Oh, you was sharp.
I would clean it and dick when had it died. Don't play with me. So I got Letty, her daughter let me in, and she was like, of course, she wasn't ready.
Of course not. I'm a lady.
I'm
a lady.
Yeah, she got to make her grand entrance.
Yes. And guess what? And when I came down, yes, I did. So you was casket shard, and I was deaconette shard.
So she came downstairs. I already had everything ready in the car. I had the drop top bins cleaned up.
Oh.
Top already back and everything. It was a nice little night.
But let me tell y'all, that's how stuff was back in the day. When you dated, y'all taking me back.
Well, this was just 6 years ago.
But y'all old school, so that old school kicked in.
Yeah,
so go ahead, you sitting there and you in the living room waiting, she come on.
Yeah, so I found out later, her daughter was looking out the window, and she was the spy.
Yeah, she was the spy.
Trying to see what kind of car I had, and then she
already knew what type of car.
And then she went and told her, he got some nice shoes on too.
Yes.
That's important
because she know about the shoes.
Oh yeah, you old school
and your
for real.
nails.
Yes, you old school for real. That's the thing.
So that worked.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, so then we ended up getting ready to go out on a date or whatever. And I already had 2 choices of light and dark, and some glass of ice in the car.
In the car?
And fix her a drink while she ride and I drive. So I was like,
impressive.
I said, "Do you want something to drink?" I was like, "What do you want?" She's like, "Do you have cognac?" I said, "I never met a woman drink cognac."
That's what I drank when I used to drink.
So I fixed I fixed a little drink. We went out to this place the sister recommended. Called Cat's Cafe.
Your sister recommended.
My sister recommended.
Yeah. So we went there, and it was packed. And so the guy was like, it's only seats in the back.
Yeah.
It was a long ride, so she went to the restroom. She came back out. I'm sitting up front. So she's like, how did you get up front?
Oh, you done got some seats up front.
Yeah, she's like, how did you get up front? She's like, did you pay the guy? I'm like, no, I didn't pay the guy. I said, I guess he just, look like who gonna spend some money up in here tonight. So now we in the front, we on our first date, but it's like we already been dating.
It just seems so natural, so comfortable.
Now how long y'all been together?
Been 6 years.
6 years. Okay.
6 years.
So and it was nice. That's when you know.
It was a comfortability on day one. Literally, I had my hand on his knee underneath the table. He had, he had his arm around. It just felt like we was just already
God,
cozy.
Y'all gonna make me cry. I love that. So how long did it take for him to ask you to marry you?
Oh, just 1 year.
Okay. Don't say just because can't nobody put a time on.
And I say just 1 year because people say, you need to date for this amount of time.
I don't think
But within 10 months, and
you already knew.
Now let's backtrack.
Okay.
Even early on in the beginning of us just dating, he already told me I was going to be his wife.
Is that right? You claim?
Well, she almost got fired.
Okay, tell me how she got fired.
Okay.
How she almost got fired? Come on, preach.
So your show is dating after 50, right? So this is the mistake a lot of women make.
And I was dating when I met him.
So now we sitting up in there, and I ain't no dope boy in the game. I'm a working man.
Okay.
I'm a working man.
Okay.
So we going out on dates. I'm spending money and stuff, and so she still want to keep it on this dating thing, like when we dating. So probably about after like about a month, I'm like, look here, how long you gonna be out here dating? Cause I ain't into just spending money and this
You
ain't
want
going
to
nowhere.
get exclusive.
Yeah,
More
I ain't,
exclusive.
Yeah, he was,
Right.
he was
Right in
pretty
there.
quick. I was like,
so I was like, you need to make up your mind.
30 days? I was like, wait a minute.
So wait a minute. So when he said you need to make your mind up,
So, right.
how
So,
was your feeling? How did you feel about that?
well, he was like, are you done? I said, done what? He said, are you done dating other people? And I said, He said, because I'm not going to date you. I'm ready, me and you going to be together. If we're going to do it, let's be together.
My philosophy always
So,
was, you
I
try it
mean-
all the way, see if it works. If you don't put your all into something, how can you say is it gonna work or not?
Right.
See, people
So
try
were
to-
you ready to let it go, or you still wanted to get some more experience
Well,
out
It was only like he said, about 30 days.
there? Mm-hmm.
And we literally, after that first day, we was together
There.
every day, pretty
Mhm.
much. So when he came to me with that, he was, him being the man, he said,
Yeah.
hey, I'm ready. I'm ready to, be your man.
Because a lot of men today, you don't get that.
And you don't get it. And so I said, okay, we can do that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause you about to get fired.
She's about to get fired. She didn't say anything else. It was.
Well, and you know what? It,
'Cause I was out
would
of
have been
money.
his loss. it would have been his
And
loss.
the most days.
I was out of date, but
Every time to be at home and cook some
You
meals.
probably did.
I love to cook.
Mhm.
So it's time me to, go
Start
to another
cooking at
level.
home.
Start,
So how
some
did-
neck bones and ham hocks.
How did your daughter take you?
Well, I had 2 kids.
Mhm.
And so they both was living at home, but they were young adult kids. And so they were okay with that.
Okay.
He came to them as a man and said, I love your mom. I want to marry your mom. And he got their blessings first
Okay.
before he asked me,
Okay.
which I thought was the
Wow.
sweetest thing. Even my dad, he got being over
Look
50.
at you. Where your brothers at?
He got my
I always
dad.
get asked that. I don't
Yeah,
have a
he
brother.
went to my dad and asked my dad, is it okay if he
Wow.
marry me?
Wow.
And I'm a grown woman.
Okay. So
And-
6 years. Let me ask y'all this. 6 years. How y'all keep it hot now? After 6 years.
Let's see, porn.
I'm
I'm talking about making it, not watching it.
so glad this is for adults.
Sex toys.
Ooh.
Yeah. What else we do? Role play.
Okay. You
Yeah.
put on some thongs.
I don't know about that part.
Okay. So now, how do you date?
Well,
Tell-
let me just
wait a minute,
say this.
Wait a minute, let me say this. For my viewers that are out there,
Yes.
this is the Diary of Dating Over 50, and you do not have to be single to date. When you're married, you need to date. Now, y'all tell me, how y'all date?
Let me say this to you and to your audience.
Yes.
Consistency is the key.
Okay.
And since I met him 6 years ago and we have been married 5 years, and remember we dated for a year,
Right.
he has taken me on dates and been very consistent for 6 years.
Oh, my.
Have not missed a beat. And that speaks volume
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of times you get comfortable and you stop doing
You
the
stop
things
doing that. Yes.
that got that person.
Yes.
Well, I think the key was this. It wasn't that I was just so great of a guy. I wanted to go too. I didn't want to stay in the house either.
You want to go?
I mean, my thing was what the Bible says supposed to be equally yoked.
Yes.
So heck, we met at the club. We might wait
Right,
keep
keep
it
it
together.
going.
Let's go together.
So
We're not just clubbing,
So
you know.
please tell my audience, the men that are over 50 that are out there trying to relive their youth, and how you can relive your youth with your woman and have a good time at it.
So the thing is, I guess what you have to look at is, are you trying to do something over or are you trying to reinvent yourself? You know,
I like that.
because if you're trying to do something over, it's not going to work. So if you're trying to turn around, like we've all had those times, like recently, we get together with the old crew, we talk about our old times and this and that. Hey, you just leave, man. Those was the old times. Those were the days when we were who we are. But now let's reinvent ourselves. Let's find like other fun stuff to do.
Mhm.
You know, people.
So much different stuff out here.
Yeah,
today.
people
It's a
get
lot.
married, get
Yeah.
couples and things like that. So we
Yeah.
have probably about 6 like ultra consistent couples that we
Oh,
hang
wow,
around,
That's amazing.
Mhm.
and we all support each other and go to each other's stuff, and we call it the circle.
That's amazing. And that's
Yeah.
something that is real important. You, in order to feed and grow that relationship, you need to be around other people that
Other
are
people
feeding
that's-
and growing.
Yeah.
And that are not in the streets hanging out in clubs and
Exactly.
doing this and having.
Like-minded like
Yeah.
you.
And every
Mhm.
time you turn around, they bring a different woman to the table that you got to get
Correct.
used to.
Yes.
Okay. So that leads me to my next question. There was a debate.
Uh-oh.
There was a debate.
Uh-huh.
My cameraman, producer, Crown, called me back on Messenger
Mhm.
and presented a question that these two were debating on. And the question is, are you still single even if you live with someone or committed in a committed relationship?
Mm.
My opinion was you are single because on an application, when you fill out something for a house or whatever, it say married, single, divorced. It might even say widower sometimes. Until you get married, I believe you are single, but you can be in a committed relationship.
So I agree with you that that's your status. Okay? That is your status. You are single until you either marry, or if you put a ring on it, then you're engaged.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
that's another status, engaged. I will give you engaged.
Mhm.
The problem is that people want, old people used to say, they want the cow with the milk for free.
Or they put the cart before the horse.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So that's the problem nowadays. You got people doing all kind of stuff before they get married.
Yeah.
People will turn around and put a 30-year mortgage with their credit and buy a whole house.
With somebody they're not married.
Intentionally have a baby.
Mhm.
I ain't talking about by accident.
Intentionally.
Intentionally have a baby. They will do all these things before getting married, getting a marriage license. And you know what the bad thing is? You'll get a license for your dog. Why would you get one for your wife?
Oh my God.
What's your opinion about this, Mrs. Carter?
So we had a debate about this
Yes, you
actually
did.
last night too. Because I feel though, when you're in that relationship, you're no longer single. That's just from my perspective. Because I can speak for me and him when we were dating. No, we go together.
You're
It's
exclusive.
no single. What are you talking about? We're matching. We're gonna be matching clothes.
Look at
We-
these jogging suits.
Yes, okay, same color on date night, all that. No, we go together. You're not single. No, we're in a committed relationship.
You're single in a relationship. That's
Single
all I'm
and
saying.
see that's
But
what
you're
I'm saying.
still
Single and
That's all I'm
because
saying.
your status
guess.
is single, but you're in a
I-
relationship.
Now you put a ring on it. Now it's
Okay.
changed to engaged.
Okay, and you know what? And you know what? I look at the way I'm looking at a man today, because God gonna bless me. You hear me, God? I say this all the time. Gonna bless me with my husband.
Mhm.
And
And-
he will.
I'm looking at a man as to being a provider for me, and I don't want you to provide for me as a single person for a long period of time. I want you to provide for me as a wife.
Mhm.
You know, because I want you to protect my feelings, protect me,
Yeah.
keep me
Protect
safe.
your heart.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what I want in a husband. I don't want to be single in a relationship for long. Okay.
I got you. And you know what? It's funny you said, and that's what I asked God for. So
Mhm.
let me tell you something about asking God.
You gotta be specific, right?
Right, because I asked for my husband
Mhm.
before I even met him. I had no clue
But you
who
asked
he
for a
was.
husband.
I asked for a husband. I never forget it. It was in December. It was around Christmas time. I was sitting with my family, my sisters and my mom.
Mhm.
I said, I'm going to be married next year. And they looked at me and said, you don't even have a man.
You don't even have a boyfriend.
I said, it's okay. I'm telling
remember.
me and God had our conversation. He's
And-
going to send me my husband. And I ended up meeting my husband a few months later after that.
So did either one of y'all had to make that cowardly conversation that people do now, and the reason why I call it cowardly because they'll text or they'll ghost. Did either one of y'all had to make a phone call
What do you mean?
to somebody and say, you know what, I decided to go in a different direction.
Oh, yeah.
Another relationship. Da 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 da.
Yeah, I had to do that.
Did you have to do that? You scared to answer that question?
No, I didn't.
No, you didn't. You ain't had nobody.
No,
Nobody. Okay. Did somebody think you was their man
no,
at all?
no. I was at that point. Nobody thought I was a man, and that's why I was kind of really on her on the dating thing. Like, because I'm just.
See, he didn't have no loose ends.
No loose
you
ends.
know,
No,
yeah.
my thing, like I said, I don't have all that money to be multiple dating.
Right. Oh my
You
God.
know, I mean,
I love that.
I drove trucks 20 years,
Mhm.
and I was a truck driver at the time. So I didn't have that kind of money. I mean, I worked hard for my money, so I don't have money to be just, oh, I'm gonna date you, date here. And then nowadays they got even restrictions on certain places they don't want to go.
Yes.
I don't understand that at all.
It's something how men tell me that
We love us a good 2 for $20 at Applebee's. I don't know what y'all talking about.
but they don't want to do that. Okay, well, we're going to talk about Wifey's product because I'm keep looking at his darn beard. It look great.
Oh,
Ain't no holes in
look
it or
good?
nothing. It looks amazing, y'all.
Well, thank you. So I have my own beard line. It comes in a set of, has a balm with it as well as a daily oil. So as you can see, Mr. Carter has
yes.
a nice full beard.
Just touch it. It makes you want to touch it.
Yeah, you do want to touch it. But it's very soft. It's very hydrated. But you can actually check out my beard line at doesfancyhair.com. But that's fancy with an I.
Okay.
So
okay.
it's FANCI.
So,
It's actually, I will tell them, the balm makes the beard grow, and the oil is for the pop and the shine.
Okay.
We've had some people that have had the patchy beard
Mhm.
that have used the product and no longer have patches. I'm serious. It's
That's
that-
amazing.
it's
Because
that
I
good.
hate to see
And
your
the
beard
product's
with-
all
Yes.
natural.
Look, it's like a little bald spot. Go and cut it off.
Just cut
But you got something that'll help fill that in.
Yeah, literally.
Yes.
And we,
Yes.
I explained to them how to use it.
Mhm.
And if you use it properly, you use it, on a regular
Your
basis,
best customer.
you won't have those holes.
Okay.
I'm telling you, we literally had a friend of ours that I
That
could show
was
you the before and
patchy.
after picture.
It was patchy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So y'all watch it, but y'all won't see it prior to. Because when I market it and put their flyers and stuff in there, I would love to have one of those pictures, the before and after.
Absolutely.
But also, okay, so tell me, have you all had conflict with him being in the industry? Because the little fancy tail girls, and then have you had where he may have gotten a little like, okay, you need to come on over here.
So I would say the biggest conflict we had in the industry is actually us working together because we do skits together. We do comedy skits.
Y'all do it together?
Yeah, and she's actually been on some of my comedy shows.
Okay.
We are, being in the comedy life, sometimes you're doing shows, comedians will no show on you.
Mm-hmm.
And we would be like at home just laughing, bouncing jokes off each other. And I'm like, man, you could get on the stage and this. So we get together, we put the jokes in the joke form.
Yeah.
And she's been on actually 3 shows and saved the day a few times. And this is my skit partner. You can go on my YouTube, Preach Entertainment, and you'll see all kind of skits of different characters we playing. And she's funny.
So have y'all, because I was married to a guy and we had clothing stores. We had 3. We had the largest black-owned stores in City Cleveland. But sometimes it was hard for us to work together because I was good at coming up with ideas and getting them started, and he can jump in and we can make it explode.
Yeah.
But sometimes he got upset because I was just good at so many things, and
Right.
it could cause
I just think it's a balance. We balance each other, we have different ideas, of course, because we're 2 different individuals, but when we lay it out and we say, okay, this works, or sometimes I'll bounce my ideas with him because I want to get his opinion, and he'll be like, well, what about this? And vice versa.
But when
so,
it comes to Does Fancy, she got the final say.
She got the final
She
say.
got
And
final
when
say.
and when it comes to the comedy,
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's just like at the end of the day, like I tell her, can't be but one director.
Yeah.
And so if I'm doing the comedy thing, we doing it together. if she's doing, does fancy, then at the end of the day, I just help where I'm asked to help.
Okay.
So the problem with you was talking about the other people and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't exist because we always together doing stuff. So we all up in each other's business. Like if I'm doing a movie, she right there.
Okay.
So
And I don't really worry about like how you said the other women and stuff like that. I'm very secure with my marriage, so I really don't worry about it. It don't bother me.
Tonya, I'm old now. Tonya, you realize I'm old.
You still fine, Negro.
But at the end of the day,
I'm 55, I get the black and gold package.
and the funny part, I mean, they looking at him, and I'm pretty sure the
They
man is
looking at
looking at me
'Cause
too.
you're
So
absolutely
I just,
beautiful.
it is what it is.
But you know
and
what?
I'm
But,
okay with
but
that.
people could be very disrespectful in the industry,
And
Um,
and thank God I haven't ran into that.
yeah.
Knock on wood.
Yeah.
I have not run
And that's
into
probably
it.
because y'all together majority.
We're
of the time.
always together.
Yeah.
You see him, you see me.
Wow.
So,
Yeah, pretty much,
people be like, do you leave your wife at home? No,
No.
He does
Yeah.
not.
I think my,
because that helps your marriage grow. When you're out there,
Yes,
that give you different ideas and things to do with one another.
I'm going to be right there. He filming the movie, I'm right
Okay.
there. I may have a little small role in the movie. I'm going to
Okay.
be right there.
So how did you transition? Okay, first of all, I got two questions.
Mhm.
Where did you get the name Preach? And how did you transition from comedy shows into making films?
okay, so I've been a DJ since 18 years old.
Okay.
My DJ name was DJ Preacherwear. The best
Preacher where?
Preacherwear, yeah. I had a clothing line where I sold church clothes. Okay, and it was called Preacherwear.
Okay.
So I carried that over to the DJing when I started getting into the DJing, and of course I was on the radio. So basically, once I came to Atlanta, of course I didn't have the clothing store, so I just shortened it to Preach.
So to Preach. Okay.
Right.
Okay. I thought you was a PK kid.
Okay. No. My grandfather was a pre-K kid, but I am an ordained minister.
Okay. You're ordained minister.
Yeah, I just cuss sometimes.
Okay, that's all right. Preachers cuss.
Mhm.
Preach cuss. Okay.
But I can marry you and bury you at the same time.
Oh!
Oh my God.
Okay. So how did you get transitioned into this film industry?
So like literally everything has been both an accident and a blessing.
Okay.
The thing with the comedy, like I told you, how that was an accident.
Mm-hmm.
The film thing was kind of the same thing. I had an idea. We sitting up watching Tubi one day, and I was
You and your
like,
wife?
yeah. And I was like, man, I could do one of these movies.
Mhm.
So we were just kind of talking about it. So I was hosting the show one time, and then Lex ran across me. Lex filming.
She's my manager now. Lex Filming is my manager now.
So she asked me to help co-host the show for a 1-year anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
It
Okay.
was all white party.
Yes, I was
And,
supposed to be there, but I was filming
you know,
at the time.
I was like, yeah, of course I'll come. I look for an excuse to put on some all white.
Okay.
So came there, met a bunch of good folks, networked with
Yes.
a bunch of good folks,
Yes.
and so at that point I had actually come up with an idea for a movie. But I didn't know like how to put it in movie form. I had written it out.
So you just recently got into
Yeah, I didn't know anybody that would film. So through Lex and all them, I met Crown, Eno. Like literally, God put a team in my
a
lap.
team right in your lap.
Yeah.
So it was like just everything
Yeah.
I needed, He put in my
Right
lap.
there.
Okay.
Mhm.
Can you tell us the movie that you have?
So the name of the movie is called Better Call Pops. It's talking about domestic violence and people that won't get out of the situation or can't get out of it.
And why would you do a movie like that? Did you know someone that was?
Well, as a father, and I'm pretty sure a lot of fathers have went through this, watching their daughter be in a situation with some knucklehead and they just love them to death.
Yes.
They just
Yes.
no good and,
Yes.
and things like that. They won't leave them alone. And
Yes.
I actually experienced a situation where my daughter called me crying. I went there, ready to do some damage. Got there, they had already called the police. I guess the neighbors called the police. She told them, we were just arguing, he didn't hit me. I looked at her, I said, you just gave him a license to whoop your ass. And he kept doing it. And the thing was, she was in that situation where she just loved him so much she wouldn't get out. So going to the movie deals with a character called Better Call Pops, because when it did come out what the guy was doing, everybody told her, well, why you ain't just tell Pops? Pops would have took care of it. So we have a character in this movie called Pops. He's a vigilante character, and what he does is, if you call Pops, he'll make the person that's committed the domestic violence disappear.
He's like the Superman of.
Right. And then it's a, it's
Wow.
another backstory with the police and, the detectives trying to find out who's taking these missing
Who's doing
persons.
that?
Yeah,
Who's
so you got a whodunit mixed with a horror, mixed with some comedy.
Oh my.
Yeah.
So when is this going?
Well, right now it's in post-production.
Okay.
And so we're doing all the things so we can go ahead and, get everything done in post-production and try to go ahead and get the premiere done. And between that, I've started a, talk show or whatever. So I just have all this creative stuff in my mind. And it's like, I just got to get it out. I think
Well,
that's what it is.
we're at the age now where we can reinvent ourselves.
Yeah.
I mean, at 57, I became a model. At 59, almost 60, I became a flight attendant. At 60, I started my my podcast. So
It's
we
endless.
can
It's
do our
endless.
thing.
You can do whatever.
Right.
Yes.
It doesn't matter what age you are.
Yep, because back in the day,
Yeah.
we didn't have the opportunities that young folks and people have today. We didn't have that when when I was growing up. To get into modeling, Barbizon and
Oh, yeah.
Barbizon
Oh,
made,
yeah.
but they made the black people pay, but the white people could get in
They're
free.
Mhm.
So we couldn't afford it. I lived
Right.
in projects. I was
Right.
always tall, thin. I'm hippie now, but
So you had those little slides too? You remember those
yes,
little slides?
yes. So so now I tell anybody, do what your heart desires. Don't stop.
Don't worry
Don't
about
stop
it. Yeah.
doing it. I'm
That's
gonna
right.
push the diary because I also have the diary of life. When life is life, when Tanya R. Lewis, when I can that platform, I can have the people that are not 50. I try to leave the diary of dating for 50 and over.
Gotcha.
So with you all being 50 and over, and I love Black love, what could you guys tell my audience with all that you have going on, with all that you do? Give my audience a word, something to carry them into the next relationship or to rebuild and reinvent their own relationship they're in.
So the advice I would give people is to stop being afraid. Stop being afraid of taking a chance on love. Think about all the stuff you've been through and God has healed you from it. And if it don't work out this time, you know what? He gonna heal you again. So why be afraid?
And a lot of men are afraid to give their hearts again, especially if it's been stepped on.
Yeah. And I would say to the audience, I'm going to chime in on what he said. And when you have someone, even if you're just dating them and they're good to you, they're not causing you no pain and no harm, just hold on to them. Because life is so short. We don't know that day nor the hour that we won't be here. So just love on that special person and just give it 110%. That's the only advice I can give you. Just love each other.
And give your man sex whenever he wants it.
Absolutely. Tell my audience what type of talent that you're looking for, and how can a talent find you? And then hold on, and then Mrs. Carter, let them know about your salon, where they can get in touch with you, how they can get a hold to this butter, making his beard look so amazing. Okay, so go ahead.
So right now, I already have 2 other movies written. As soon as we get through post-production, we're going to be looking for some actors and go ahead and get those movies started. As far as the comedy, we've got a group called the Comedy Dream Team. And we've also got another faction that I put together called the Country Boys of Comedy. Now that's all down south boys.
Oh, wait.
But the newest faction that I'm getting ready to work on is the Divas of Comedy, an all-female group. And so we're looking for some funny.
I got a female for y'all.
Some
Y'all
funny
make sure I give it
ladies,
to you. Yep.
Some people that's going to really like turn it out and stuff like that.
Wow.
So
I know a lady by the name of Osunji.
I've heard of her.
She is.
No.
I know
I've
her
heard of her.
personally. I got her information. So,
I've heard of her. Lex
She's
told me about
yeah,
her.
she's great. Yep. So and your social media.
You can find me on YouTube at Preach Entertainment. Okay, just recently LLC Preach Entertainment. So we are official now.
Yes.
My Instagram is DTHE DJ Preach. Facebook is Coach Carter Transportation, because I do buy and sell cars. I'm a hustler.
Okay, because you know what, it was hard for me to connect the dots on that, because I seen Coach Carter liking some of my pictures, but I thought it was a transportation company. I didn't know it was connected with Preach. You got to connect that some kind of way.
Well, where do you think I get the money for the movie?
I thought you sold jewelry. Okay.
You know what? You keep playing.
Please don't get us started.
Okay.
I will. It might be next.
Okay. Don't give him another idea, huh?
Don't
Do
do
he
that.
ever come with ideas and you be like, oh my
Yes,
God,
he
here
does.
we go again.
Yes, he does. But we both do. We
Yeah.
both do.
Yeah.
But
Both creative.
We are both
But
very
the thing
creative.
with my ideas is I always follow through on them.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So I don't just like come up with stuff and,
Yeah.
it's
And
like,
just
oh,
like
okay.
halfway through, like, nah, that ain't working.
No.
Yeah.
But that's kind of a blessing
Yeah,
and a
try
curse.
Yeah. It
Mhm.
could be. Now, and
Well, as far as me, I'm a hair vendor, so I am looking for people who want to be entrepreneurs, who wouldn't mind selling hair. You can look me up on doesfancyhair.com. Also, that's on Instagram. Also on Facebook, I'm under Does Fancy Hair Dove. Remember, fancy is with an I instead of a Y, so it's FANCI. Also on Instagram, I'm under Lisa Carter. Also, I'm under Does Fancy Hair. So you can kind of find me on all platforms. I have my beard line. You can find that on my website at doesfancyhair.com. So yeah, I'm all over.
Okay. Well, I'm going to have all these flyers and stuff. When I do my marketing, y'all know how I do it. I do a big campaign of marketing. So all this stuff will be on
Awesome.
there.
And then one more thing, I got an upcoming brand I'm doing right now. It's called DFH, which stands for my denim, my fedora hats, and hair. So I will be broadcasting. About time she probably hit this on, I'll probably give her a fedora hat. So
Y'all know I'm a model, okay?
She can model my hat line.
Yes, I'll be your ambassador, girl.
Yeah, so you all can see those.
I
too.
need one for tomorrow. I have a fashion show. We're doing fedora hats and coats.
I wish
Yeah,
it was in.
yeah. Gosh darn it. Okay, okay. My producer is telling me to wrap it up. He tired of me talking. Anyway, so it was amazing, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
When people
Thank
can just
you.
fall in place the way they did, because this was not planned. It was planned through God, just wasn't scheduled.
Yes.
Thank you guys
Thank you
so
so
very
much.
much. As we wrap up our conversation, it is clear that both Preach and his wife, Alicia, embody a powerful partnership rooted in passion and collaboration. Preach dedication to the film industry, particularly discovering and nurturing comics talent, is complemented beautifully by his wife's entrepreneurial spirit in creating innovative products for men's beards. Their mutual support showcases the strength of their relationship as they navigate the challenges of their respective careers together. Their debate on the definition of being single versus being in a committed relationship highlights the complexity of modern relationships. While Preach believes that the commitment of marriage is what truly defines a relationship, his wife brings light emotional bonds formed when living together. This dialogue not only reflects their personal beliefs, but also resonates with many couples who grapple with similar questions in their own lives. Ultimately, the partnership is a testament to the importance of communication, understanding, and support, maintaining their thriving relationship. As they continue to pursue their passion and collaborate creatively, it's evident that their love and commitment to each other will strengthen regardless of how they define their relationship status. Thank you both for sharing your insight and experience with us today and reminding us that beautiful collaboration in both love and work can work. Thank you for joining the Diary of Dating Over 50 We'll see you the next time. Thank you.
The hottest dating show on social media, hosted by the sassiest model of them all, Tanya R. Lewis. Are you 50 and single, dating, or waiting to mingle? Be a guest on the Diary of Dating Over 50 with your host, Tanya R. Lewis.